Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The king of lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals Berserk. Berserk is back. Miura is back. The king is back. Berserk chapter 346 through 348 review slash discussion. Now, 346 and 47 came out last year. The latest chapter came out last month, March, but here I am today doing it. I wasn't do it like a week ago. However, I had to take care of a lot of things. I was away in New Jersey. It was an emergency type of thing with the fam, and I had to take care of it. So for like a week, I wasn't here, but it is what it is. I'm back now. Hashtag life. Let's talk about Berserk. Let's talk about Miura. Here's what I really want to see, okay? And I'm going to focus mainly on the discussion part of this review slash discussion because I just want to talk. I want to talk about Casca. I want to talk about the dream realm and like the soul realm. I want to talk about Danan, the Flower Storm King. I just want to talk, man. But here's what I really want to see at the end of all of this when it comes to this arc. We know that Miura is going to go on another break. It is what it is. Miura's always taking breaks. Always. What I really want to see before this next break is Casca, at the very least, say, Guts? Like, huh? Guts? Like, is that you? Like, oh! The return of the awesome Casca. The return of Golden Age Casca. The return of her psyche. Maybe not all of it. Maybe there's still some issues that need to be worked out there. But at the very least, she must recognize who Guts is. In chapter 347, Danan, the Flower Storm King, she mentioned that Casca, as she is now, she fears Guts. We all know, like, why Guts had a struggle with his inner demons. He almost raped her, pretty much, biting, like, her tail. I'm like, dude, like, he had a really struggle with his inner demon, and Guts almost lost his way. And during that time, fear of Guts was embedded in Casca. But we all know, I mean, the level of shit Guts has gone through for Casca. Just the level of shit is unprecedented in manga history, bro. It is crazy, man. Recognize, okay? Like, just recognize the man. At the very least, maybe her memory could be fucked up. Like, she doesn't remember everything. Maybe she only has like little like snippets here or there of her past. But at least recognize who Guts is, for the love of God. Please. That being said, let's talk more in detail here about the chapters. First and foremost, in chapter 346 and 347, it's mainly the Flower Storm King, Danan, and Elfhelm stuff. We get to see the area around the main spirit tree, the giant cherry blossom tree. We get to see the life there, the elves, and other fantasy life of various sorts. We get to see Puck's family. You have Puck, you have Pock, you have Peck, you have Peck. Just the Puck family is hilarious. I love them. You have some of these wind spirits mess with Sir Pico. They're like carrying off away. Like, it's a very lively and playful area and a playful place. What I also found very intriguing, and this actually I think kind of contributes to the quote-unquote change in art style, because a lot of folks have noticed that ever since reaching Elfhelm, the art style has changed. And actually, you can say, even like beforehand, the art style has changed when it comes to Berserk. That happens over time. I would say that I think he's gotten more digital when it comes to his artwork as opposed to hand-drawn. That's my guess, Miura. Another factor that I think has to be noted is the area. It's explained by, I think his name is Gidfried, one of the Archmages, that he's talking to Shirk about this, that in the atmosphere, there are no heavy elements of any sort. Barytes or Barytes, I think that's what they call it, but it escapes me at this point in time. So these heavy elements that kind of tie people down in like the other parts of the globe, they don't do so here. So basically, the heavy elements not existing in the atmosphere, in the area, that I think plays a role in why the art style is the way it is when it comes to this arc, how it's very vibrant, how it's, I guess, very soothing in that respect. And it's not like what we usually get, like the dark, deep impact tones until the end of chapter 347 and 348, where we go past Casca's dreams, which are just like botched and messed up. And then we go into her soul, where it's like, whoa. I need to compare art styles, honestly. But the art style, the impact was just dark. It was deep. It had depth to it, where it's like, oh shit, okay. Whoa. Where previously, it was vibrant. Again, I can't say colorful. It was sharp. It was like, whoa, like this place is beautiful. Elfhelm, in a sense, reminds you of Falconia. Like Falconia looks really good. It looks fucking great, man. This is more so like the return of like some like Ganishka shit. It's just like deep and it's dark, and like you have like the banners that I would assume were the Band of Hawk banners, but then they become black and like these like weird bat entities that kind of remind you of Femto. There is a lot of symbolism going on in chapter 348. But backtracking real quick, so chapter 346 and 47. So again, the art style and how it's vibrant and how it's sharp, that I think is an indication of the environment itself, where it lacks these heavy elements in the atmosphere. Moving on from there, after some Puck, and I forgot what his name was, but Puck calls him like Magnifool. Like the one dude that was on the ship that tries to like swindle people, like just Puck messing. And he sits on the chair of the Flower Storm King, like, yeah, I'm king, I'll rule, I sold you guys out to the humans. Shit like that. Danae reveals that she is the Flower Storm King. She explains to Guts various things as to how she can get back Casca's psyche, her soul, if you would. And she has to do so through the passage of dreams. You can access one's soul, if you would, through the dream realm. And she also explains Guts can't come because Casca fears Guts. But note how the one that seems to be protecting Casca's grave, the coffin, if you would, that where her doll is, it's protected by Guts, who is represented as a dog. But before I get to that, Danann says that Casca fears Guts. So Farnese and Shurka, they're the ones that can go with to the Passage of Dreams to recover the real Casca. So Guts is out of the picture, and then Danann is leading Shurka and Farnese through Casca's dream, and even still in the innermost soul as well. So chapter 347 is mainly a segue to chapter 348. Chapter 346 is mainly a layout of the environment and who the Flower Storm King is. Now let's go to the main meat chapter, chapter 348. And in this chapter, there is a fuck ton of symbolism in many respects. The banners, one of the key ones here, of course, being how you have what looks like banners, but actually wind up transforming into, I would say, Femto-ish creatures. The wings remind me of Femto, the now true form of Griffith. And so those transforming Femto wing-ish banners were probably the Band of Hawk banners. If Casca's soul were to like return to normal, they would probably be Band of Hawk banners. And the symbolism goes through, let's say, this transition of if they used to be Band of Hawk banners, then they transform it into like these blackish bat banners that can then become like Femto-ish wing type of banners that attack Guts. Just how it played out in, you know, real life, where you have the Band of Hawk, they were wiped out by Griffith's own hands. He became Femto, and Guts almost died as a result of Femto coming into being, basically. So there is symbolism from that respect, as well as Guts himself being represented as a hound that may have ties to the Berserk wolf, maybe, like the Berserk armor wolf, maybe not. But you have to wonder, why is Guts a hound? I mean, I guess in the sense hounds are loyal, like, you know, dogs are loyal, they protect the house as well in that sense, like they're guard dogs. From that respect, if you think of it as Guts being a guard dog, then Casca in her soul, she knows that Guts is protecting her, even though Danann sees Casca fearing Guts. You can also look at it from the respects of, you have two surviving members of the Band of Hawk. They carry it in their hearts, but ultimately it's dead, but it's forever with them. That kind of stuff. You can look at it from many respects, but there's clear symbolism and there's also unclear symbolism in chapter 348. And it's very fascinating. And when it comes to Casca's character, we get to see truly what state she's in at like her deepest roots. It's pretty intense how Miura orchestrated that. Now they need to go into the darkness, into like this mound in the distance to get back what was once Casca. But again, however, there may be something amiss when it comes to actually getting her psyche. Whether they can't get it all, whether it's warped in some way, shape, or form, etc., etc., etc. That being said, these chapters, overall, they were good chapters at the very least. Chapter 348, I would say, is better than the previous two chapters. I would say that's like a great chapter, whereas the other two are more so good chapters. That's it. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, obviously, because I'm hoping to see Casca back. I really am. Because if she does come back, what would she want to do? My guess here is that at some point she would want to talk to Griffith. But then what would that lead to? Questions. Let's leave it at that for now, because it is a review / discussion video pertaining to the chapters at hand. We are making strides, people. We are making strides. We reached Elfhelm. That was a huge stride in itself. And now, yes, I can get back her psyche, her memories, via the passage of dreams. And Shurka, Farnese, they're in, man. And Guts in hound form is in too. So I wonder if something were to happen, both good or bad, to Casca in the passage of dreams, would Guts sense that in some way? Because they're branded, are their souls also connected in some way? Like, yo, could this signal to outside forces as well, like Griffith? Because Griffith, he has every intention, I believe, of wiping out Elfhelm. I believe so. Could this signal Griffiths? People, I'm gonna see you cats later. Of course, rate the video. It is not that hard to do. There is a device at your disposal. It is called the Mouse and the Mouse you can use to click to rate the video and subscribe. And don't be shy, comment, and I'm gonna see you cats later. So this has been the King Lightning. Peace and have a nice goddamn day.